Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back for day number 25. We only have 5 more days left of this challenge. If you need a little recap, we are doing a 30-day island challenge to complete a Halloween spooky island, and like I said, today is day number 25, which is super exciting. And right now we are standing in front of the build that we did yesterday. We just made a cutesy little graveyard. It's nothing like too crazy. Lots of like open space, free, and I just want the like weeds to grow in and kind of spread around to give it more of like an overgrown feel. But today we are on our second to last actual build of the island, and that's going to be this little area back here. We have this area from the neighborhood all the way over, and it does include the peninsula as well. We have this big chunky peninsula back here, which I honestly don't know what I'm going to be doing with the peninsula, but this area right here, all of this terraforming, we're going to turn into a fun little land bridge. So in order to do that, we do need to whip out our terraforming tool because we have to get started, and we need to actually make the land bridge rather than just this giant chunk of cliff. And you might be thinking to yourself right now, Kaylee, didn't we end on like a weird note yesterday with not finishing the villager hunt? And yes, you would be correct. We still need to go villager hunting, but I wanted to build this first and then do the villager hunt later on today after we finish the build, because that way if it takes a really long time, I can just go ahead and sit on my couch and go through hundreds of islands instead of trying to do that now and then build afterwards. That just seems like way too much work. So we'll do the build first and then we'll finish up on the villager hunt, which hopefully we can find someone, because we're already, I think, 140 tickets into this one hunt, which is crazy. But real quick, I'm going to finish up with the terraforming of this cliff so you don't have to just watch me break down a big chunk of terraforming, because that's probably not too exciting to watch. So yeah, I will see you back here once I have more of like an actual land bridge situation figured out. Alright, so we have more of what looks like an actual little land bridge here. I'm trying to decide if I want it to be 4 or 5 tiles wide, because we could use a little, what are those things called? Ladder setup kits like right here. Or if we had 4 tiles, we could do a incline. I don't know what's easier. It's probably better to like run up and just go up a incline maybe, rather than having to come in here and then like walk up a ladder. So maybe, which way do I want to take it off of? Maybe we'll take it off. Oh, I don't know actually. I kind of like the thickness of it at 5 tiles wide though. We could do like multiple little ladders, like maybe like 3 ladders in the front or something. And then you'll be able to jump. Will you be able to jump off right here still? Or no, because of that rock? Because the whole purpose of this was for me to leave like a little wetsuit here for you in the dream dress, and then you change into that, and then you're able to run, and then jump off, which is really fun. And then on the sides we'll have like a bunch of like balloons and cute little decorations and everything. I got the inspiration from November Oscar Whisker. I've mentioned her, I think, before in this challenge. She makes some amazing islands, so I'll leave her information down in the description box for you. But yeah, that's kind of where I got this idea from, and I think I do want to leave it at 5 tiles now looking at it, but I'm trying to decide how close I want it to be to the road. Because what I was thinking was we could line these little sides with this tall fence and then add a couple trees in the front to kind of like hide it a little bit, and then you just like walk in through like a little gap in the fence and then climb up the staircase right here, or not staircase but a ladder, and then each side will be kind of decorated with like glowing moss balloons and maybe pumpkin items and stuff like that. So I think first, let me grab out a bunch of fences just to line this whole thing and see where we want to start with all of that. So we have all the fences set up now, and what I want to do is like mark out a little walkway to get to the actual ladder. So I was thinking we could use this little code that I have down here and then just make like a little walkway here. And then I'm thinking around all of this will be just, what's it called? Trees and shrubs and everything. And then we have a little ladder set up right there. So you just like walk this way on the little ladder thing and then you can climb up this ladder. And I think that's like pretty cute. I was thinking we can like put something in front of this maybe. I don't know. Because we have the garland. I only have one in my pocket still. But I could put one like right here. That's kind of cute. Or we can just put like bushes and flowers in front of it. And this whole little area will be flowers, trees, shrubs, all of that good stuff. I am thinking maybe actually we increase the size of this just by one more tile, because I think we could still fit in a row of trees in here. So I also had to get rid of my tree storage because my tree storage was where all of my, where this like build was supposed to be. So I did just get rid of all of my tree storage. So I do, if I have to plant some trees, it'll have to be from saplings, and then we'll have to time travel to get them all built. Same with not built but grown in, and same with my bushes. I got rid of all my bushes. So I think this is what we'll do. And then these front 3 tiles will just be trees, shrubs, and flowers, and then all back here will be fun stuff. And I was thinking, because we're going to use stuff that kind of like glows in the dark a little bit, maybe to have some nice contrast, we can cover this whole area on both sides with this black tile. So you can see more of like the difference between the color of the ground and the little balloon things. I don't know if that makes sense. In my mind, it makes sense. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. And then we'll have to pick out which patterns and everything we want for like on top of the actual land bridge itself as well. Alright, so all of that is now covered in with the black tiles. It kind of looks crazy right now a little bit. But for up here, I'm thinking along the sides we do this black tile too, because I want to line this with like pumpkins and stuff. So all the surrounding tiles and maybe like these ones down here as well, just like a border of the land bridge itself will be filled in with this little tile. And then for the centerpieces, I was thinking of using these tiles again and just doing that checkerboard pattern again all along this. So it'll be kind of like this with the orange tiles, and then the other tiles will be filled in with the purple. You probably know the drill by now. We've used this code a couple times on the island already, but I think it's really fun. So I think this is what I'm going to do for the whole land bridge, and then we can get stuff to line the entire sides of this stuff, like spooky lanterns, the towers, and just stuff like that. So let me lay down all these tiles because that's probably not super exciting to watch, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it all comes together. The codes are now down and this looks really cool. I was just thinking of maybe every other tile down the middle adding a little floor light as well. I think that would be pretty cool too and gives off like more light. But now I think I just need to decorate the sides of this, and then it's going to be a big project to decorate all the area down there. I think I'm going to use some of the glowing moss balloons, and I think I'm going to use the green, white, and black ones. We also have the turquoise colored ones, so let me see which color ones I want to use. Unfortunately, they don't have orange, which would be really cool, but I'm trying to stick it to a specific color scheme, so I don't want to use any of the other like blue or red ones like that. I want to stick to mainly the green ones because that at least falls in our color scheme. So what I'm thinking is I want to have a balloon on each one of these tiles. So right now I grabbed the colors that I just talked about. We have the lime green, we have the turquoise, and then we have the white one. Oh, that did not go where I wanted it to go. Scooch you over and then push you back a little bit. There we go. And then I also grabbed the gray version. I thought it was black, but technically it's called gray, so if that matters. But I figured we could just do like a little pattern like this and just continue it on down. So then we'll go down in the next row. So this one will be lime green, and then this one will be turquoise, and then we'll kind of like rotate it a little bit if that makes sense. So it kind of goes in like a pattern a bit. So I'm gonna try, it's gonna take multiple pocketfuls of these balloons, but like half my storage I think right now is balloons. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in all of these spaces on both sides with these balloons, and then we'll see what that looks like from up on the land bridge. Okay, I think those like 40 minutes of me putting all those balloons down was worth it. Look how cool this looks. I definitely do feel some lag when running on this, which I don't think is a good sign, especially because I was gonna add a little bit more to the sides of this. But don't all these balloons look so cool? If you're in the center, it just looks like you're surrounded by it. That's crazy. And all the like the light that's coming off of the balloons, it makes it look like my computer is like messing up in those areas because there's like a shine from them. But I was going to try to line the edges with some spooky towers. Oh my gosh, did you see how slow that popped down? I was thinking of using just the gray versions and the green versions because that kind of matches our balloon situation. And then I was thinking of changing the tiles on the ground because we don't have the purple and orange balloons. So I was thinking of trying to look for a tile that is mainly green, white, and black. So I'm going to look at Pinterest for a little bit to see if I can find a different code, and then I'll come back to hopefully put out some of these pumpkins. I was also thinking of maybe some Nova lights as well. So we'll see what we can figure out. So I found this green tile, and I definitely think this looks a lot better in this area. It's not as like jarringly different from the balloons. And you can see through the ground, so when we time travel back to the first, it should be a little bit brighter underneath. So I think that works. And then I'm gonna line these things with some pumpkins and Nova lights, and we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I'm gonna use the gray pumpkins, and also I have a stack of the green pumpkins too, I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna alternate. Oh my gosh. The way that just popped into frame like that is crazy. So I'm going to add some Nova lights, and I think that's pretty much it. And I'm just going to line this whole road. Oh, also, I was going to grab some floor lights to add down the center. I think that'll look kind of cool. I don't know if that will hurt the lag, though. So we'll see what happens. So, slight change of plans. I went ahead and just used the frozen fence because it still matches our color scheme of our little land bridge thing that we're doing right now, and I took out the floor lights because those were just way too much for this this area to handle. It was like freaking out. So I took that out because I don't want my whole island to collapse because of this. But I figured in front of these things, maybe we could try to put down some frozen partitions. That way it covers a little bit of the what's it called? The side of the cliff, and then it just makes this area look a little bit more fun, I think. And then now I'm going to go in and add a bunch of sapling starts and everything to fill this area with some trees and all of that. And then I don't really know what I'm going to do over here. I'll probably tackle this area when we do the beaches, just because I don't really feel like doing that right now. So I'm going to leave that for something else. But this whole area will be trees and everything, so you don't really like get spoiled from all the balloons until you're like up here, and then you can see all of that. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and then after that we can go for a little villager hunt. So I think now officially this area is all done. I did go ahead and change out the festival garlands to the green version, since in this area we just have green, basically no orange or purple, so I changed those out to green. But I think now we should go for our villager hunt, so I'm just gonna grab out my vaulting pole and some tickets, and then we can start the hunt. Well, continue the hunt from yesterday, but start it for today. You guys should already know the drill by now with our villager hunts on this challenge. I will go on the first 10 tickets with you, and then if we don't find a dreamy, who in this situation, my number one dreamy that I really want is Biscuit. I would also take Lobo, Static, Bella, or Tabby. And if I don't find any of those on the first 10 tickets, I will continue the hunt by myself and just bring you back for the important fun bits. But with all that said, let's see who our first ticket is. is. It's, is that Yuka? Her name is Yuka. I get her and Sydney mixed up. But I think that's Yuka, who is not one of the 4 I said, so we shall leave her here. Ticket number 2, and we are on Lucky Bamboo Island. Will it actually be lucky this time? I'm gonna be skeptical and say no. It's Pashmina. I got roasted in one of my videos for saying I didn't like Pashmina one time, and a lot of people were very upset. It's not that I don't like Pashmina, she's just not my favorite, you know? I would much prefer like a Nan when it comes to the goats, or like a Chevra. Ticket number 3, it's Mitzi! I always forget about Mitzi when it comes to the cats, but she is so adorable. I would really like to have her on an island one time, but she is the wrong cat. I'm looking for Tabby. So, right species, but wrong actual villager. Also, comment down below who you think we're going to take for our last villager, and how many tickets do you think it's going to take us to get there? Because for just this one hunt, we are currently 144 tickets in. So I'm hoping it's going to be 144 tickets where we find our dreamy. But let me know how many tickets you think it's going to take for us to find our dreamy for this last plot on the island. And we have Hornsby. He's such a little baby. He's my favorite rhino. He's just so cute. I said Spike was my second favorite, and that's because Hornsby is my first favorite. I love Hornsby, but definitely not for this island, so goodbye, baby. Ticket number 5, it's Azalea. She's another one that I've seen like 100 times on this hunt for this last plot. She kept popping up yesterday, and it's very annoying. Also, did we just get 2 rhinos in a row? That's a little weird. But yeah, not taking Azalea, so goodbye. Ticket number 6, will it be a cutie that we... Oh, it is a cutie. It's a Willow. I did see her yesterday when we were hunting as well, but she's not one that I want for this island. I do want her eventually because I actually really like the sheep in this game, and I feel like they don't get enough love. And Willow's one of the cutest sheep. Her and like Wendy, so cute. 7th ticket of the day, and we have Sherb, another really good goat that I haven't had on an island before. I do really like Sherb. I know a lot of people love Sherb. He is a little baby too, him and Hornsby. Little blue babies. It's really funny how fast I forget what number ticket I'm on when I'm doing this. But this is ticket number 9, and it is... I think that's Mint? Yeah, that's Mint. I couldn't tell if it was Mint or Nibbles for a second. But that is Mint, who is another really cutie. At least we're getting like cute villagers right now. Yesterday we got Violet, we got Coach several times. Nintendo is really trying to torture me, I think, which is very rude of them. Okay, just a few more tickets left. We are on Sister Fruit Island, so we get a bunch of oranges, which is really cute to see. But, oh, it's another rhino. Jeez. In just 9 tickets, a third of the villagers have been rhinos. What are you doing, Nintendo? I don't trust you anymore, giving me all these rhinos. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of Ace Ventura. It's getting kind of hot in this rhino. And I believe this is ticket number 10. It is. Okay, let's see who we have here. Oh, it's Dora. Again, I really like the mice villagers. I think I said that in yesterday's video because I really like Bella. I like Dora. I like Samson. I don't like the cheese mouse that much. I do like Greta as well. They're all very cute mice. Guys, we found Lobo with only 17 tickets today, so that actually wasn't that bad. Am I a little disappointed that we didn't find Biscuit? Yes. In a perfect world, would I keep hunting for Biscuit? Absolutely. Am I going to keep hunting for Biscuit? Maybe. I can't decide. Do I take Lobo? Because this is my issue. Right now, can I pull up my map or does it not let me? It doesn't let me. For our island, I know we already have like 3 purple villagers. Let me think about it. We only have 2 orange villagers. And I'm pretty sure we have 3. Do we have... I can't even think of my villagers right now. Who do we have? Let me go down the line. Okay. We have Rod, Bob, and Cleo that are purple. Muffy is kind of purple. We have Lucky and Nan, who are like black and white, and Kiki. And then for orange, we have Sally and Teddy. So I was really wanting either Tabby or Biscuit, preferably Biscuit, for this island because I'd want another orange villager. Because I feel like if we take a purple villager, it's just going to be a little too much purple in the villager lineup. But I mean, this isn't like the perfect world because it is a 30-day challenge. And do I want to torture myself with more tickets? Not really. It is kind of late right now. So I think I am going to invite Lobo. I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to invite him. I really am tired of villager hunting, to be honest. And he was on our mood board, and he is one of the villagers that I said I would take. And I do really love Lobo. I've always wanted him on an island, and I've never had him before. And like I said, he was on the mood board, and he was one of like the 4 villagers I said I would take if I found him. And look, I did find him. So am I going to be too picky? I don't think so, because in reality, it's just an island, right? In a perfect world, I would definitely have Biscuit because he's like the perfect villager for this island. But unfortunately, we did not find him. So I'm just gonna have to suck it up and not have Biscuit. But I am actually very excited. It doesn't sound like I'm excited, but I am excited to have Lobo because I've always liked him and I've never had him before. So this is a good opportunity for me to have him on the island, even though he's not Biscuit, you know? Let's do a double check that we have the correct plot. We do. Lobo is moving in. Let me move this over to the side because I know I'm going to need to put down some pathing right there. So let me just move it out to make it easier tomorrow. So I think we should just go ahead and time travel to the next day. We also want to time travel because I want to see what this looks like all built in, filled in with like the trees and everything, because we do have little tiny tree starters and the bush starts in this little area. So I want to see what it looks like all filled in. So let's go ahead and time travel to tomorrow to get Lobo moved in, and then we can time travel after that to see what the build looks like finished. So yeah, on to the next day. Could it be fate? We have a campsite villager. How likely is it that this is Biscuit? Could you imagine if that was Biscuit? Well, we'll go say hello to Lobo and check out the campsite just for funsies, even though we have our lineup settled on already. Oh my gosh, Lobo's house kind of fits in with the vibes of this area. I don't even remember what we did for Tammy's house beforehand. When we go to decorate the interiors of all the villagers, I'm gonna change Lobo's house and Kiki's exteriors as well back to what we had originally made. But honestly, like, Lobo's house wouldn't even really need to be changed. I am going to change it a little bit just because I don't know if I love the door. And yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty good though. I think it's very similar to what we had for Tammy. But yeah, good exterior, but let's go say hello to him. I think I mentioned that I never had Lobo before. I think I said that when we were picking him up from the island. So I don't even know what his house looks like. I'm interested to see what it looks like with all the furniture in here. But I need to say hello to him. I do kind of get a little concerned about him because it does look like he has some jaundice going on with his yellow eyes. Like, is Lobo in liver failure? Do we know? It's kind of spooky. He reminds me of some of my patients from the hospital who had liver issues. But yeah, I'm super excited to have him. I'm a little bummed it's not Biscuit, but that's okay. I still really love Lobo, and the wolves are really cool. So I think it's fitting to have like a werewolf kind of villager on a Halloween island. So that's another plus. But he's all moved in, so I guess now we can go see the campsite villager. Oh my gosh, I was just running the wrong direction. I forgot that we actually built up the campsite the other day. I think that was that yesterday's video or the day before? I think it was the day before. But we actually have the campsite now. I was about to run over to the beach, but no, our campsite is here and all filled in. And I'm gonna guess who this villager is. Put your guess in the comments. I'm gonna guess that it is Nox. I don't know why. I'm getting like Nox vibes for some reason. Oh, it's O'Hare. He's cute. And I know this sounds a little bit crazy, but I was thinking about using O'Hare on my holiday island, like my Christmas island. If you're in the Discord, you might know the theme, but I'm going to keep it a secret for all of you who aren't in the Discord what my Christmas Island will be, and O'Hare is on that lineup, surprisingly. You wouldn't think about it, but he is. He's also not my favorite bunny, but that's okay. We're not going to take him anyways, but it was nice seeing him. I love his little hat that he wears. But I think it's time we time travel a couple of days to see what our land bridge area looks like with it fully treed up. Ooh, okay, the trees in the front really do a good job of like kind of obscuring the balloons that we have in the back, so you can't really see like too much of what's going on back there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to put a tree over on this side, so you can see a little bit right there, but that's okay. But let's see what it looks like if we go up here. Oh, doesn't it look so cool? Ignore the fact that some of the balloons are like popping into frame, but I just love this area so much. And like I think I said it when we were building it, but all the love to November Oscar Whisker for doing something similar on one of her islands and inspiring me to do this on this island. It's so much fun. And oh, I forgot to mention, I did time travel back in time to October 1st, which is the day that we'll be setting the DA. You can see that the trees are that nice green color, which is super nice. It's a lot better than like that ugly like yellow green color. So the grass also like blends in with the tiles like very nicely on the little land bridge area. I like these tiles a lot more than the ones that we were trying to use before, just because it goes with like the color scheme and everything. But this is so fun. I really love it. This build turned out just so fun. I don't know how else to describe it. But friends, that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. I will see all of you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow for the 26th day of the challenge. And tomorrow will be the last actual build that we'll be doing on the mainland of the island. And then after that, we only have the beaches and then interiors. And then the last day will be like final touches day. So adding like scattered papers, leaf piles, editing stuff that needs to be edited, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, tomorrow will be a fun day, so when that video is ready for you, it should be on the screen for you. So go ahead and go watch that one now if it's ready. If not, I will see you tomorrow. Alright, bye friends!